What's all the buzz about? Chatterbees!
Welcome. It all started when a snobby couple came into a fine dining establishment and immediately began complaining. Stick around because you won't want to miss this story. But first, if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, subscribe for more content, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload more videos. Now let's get on with the story. I worked at an expensive French restaurant, the kind that I could never afford to eat at. I waited on tables and was in school for a business degree. Despite my restaurant being very pricey, I earned minimum wage and relied on tips to pay the bills. The restaurant was next to a university, and even though my boss didn't pay us a lot, he still donated huge amounts to the school. One night, the restaurant was busy when this couple came in. They were young and acted like the rich kids stereotype. I was assigned to their table along with two others. Right away, they began complaining loudly about how I was too slow. The music was awful. We had a 4-piece chamber orchestra, and the menu was difficult to understand. It was in French, but the English translations were underneath. The young couple ordered a $600 bottle of wine and threw attitude at their server when asked for their IDs. Then they ordered a $600 bottle of wine. The boss told me that if a person looks young to ask for their ID. I saw both their IDs and noticed when they had their wallets open that they both had student IDs from the college. They insulted me and called me uneducated for inferring that only adults can be wine experts. The girl said to her date, "She's trying to flatter you by saying you look young. Look, sweetie," turning to me. "It won't get you a bigger tip, so save the ass kissing." The awful couple take it even further by insulting their server with personal remarks about her professional and personal life. I brought them their wine, and while ordering, they decided to make personal remarks to me. Why am I a table attendant instead of having a real job? Is my husband a failure? No, he isn't. He was killed in action in Afghanistan. Do I even have a husband? How much do waitresses earn? Why don't I speak French if I work in a French restaurant? Is that my beat-up Dodge Neon in the parking lot? I'm used to all kinds of customers, so I tried to just suck it up and do my job. After running their server ragged, the horrible couple make a plan to ditch out on the massive check. They ordered the most expensive things on the menu. I noticed they took lots of selfies, and even the guy made duck face selfies. I served my other two tables, and thankfully they were nice and friendly. There was a small nook behind the snooty couple where I could grab extra cloth napkins. I was back there and neither of them saw me. They thought I was on the other side of the restaurant. I heard the guy calling me a loser and a pathetic waste, and the girl said that they ought to just dine and dash and make my boss stick me with their bill and get me fired. I have no idea why these two were picking on me so much, but who knows why anyone does what they do. They went on and on about how neither of them would waste their life being a waitress, that they would have careers and would be something in life. Not just being people's step and fetch it. Luckily, the server knew how these swindlers operate and was ready for their shenanigans, giving a heads up to other employees of the restaurant. I was angry, of course, but you know how people are. Talk is one thing and action is another. Still, I thought I ought to be ready for anything. I could tell the couple was near the end of their dinner. Their tab was nearly $1,200. Sure enough, the boy says he needed the bill, looking all smug. I knew how dine and dashers operate, and as expected, the girl excused herself to the restroom, then a minute later went out into the parking lot, called the valet, and he went after their car, even though she didn't have their ticket. I texted the valet and told him what I thought was happening and told him not to give the car to the girl unless I texted him that the boy had paid the bill. He went off to the corner lot where he parked all the cars and waited. The restaurant employees worked together to secure the front door and let the valet know not to get the car. The boy waited until it looked like I was occupied with other customers. But he didn't know I told the maitre d' what was going on. The maitre d' deadbolted the front door from the inside. He let new customers in and old customers out, but he locked the door each time and kept an eye on the boy. We were all working together because we knew that if the boy got away, the boss would fire me and take as much of the bill out of my pay as possible. The boy tried to make a run for it, but the door was blocked. He was quickly confronted with his attempt to scam the restaurant. So, as I predicted, the boy sat around and then got up like he was going to the bathroom because he saw that his car had been pulled up outside. The valet told the girl that he could only hand over the keys to the ticket holder, who was the boy. The boy thought he had an opening and made for the door, but it wouldn't open for him since it was locked. Then he looked around to see if there was another way out, but the only other exit was the delivery entrance in the kitchen. He turned around like he was going back to the table, but the maitre d' was in front of him and I was next to the maitre d' holding the boy's unpaid check. The maitre d' asked, Forget something? His disloyal girlfriend tried to get the car from the valet to make a getaway, but he refused to give her the keys. By this time, I can see the boy's totally disloyal girlfriend try to pay the valet so she could get away, but the valet pulled the key and parked the car and wouldn't give it to her, even though she threatened to call the police. We could hear her through the door. The police are called, and the boy tried to use his father's clout with the nearby university to get out of trouble. A big mistake. The maitre d' called the police. The boy tried to bluff us by saying he was going to get us all in trouble or get tough, but the maitre d' moonlighted as a taekwondo teacher and invited him to try to get past him. The manager filled out a police report as the boy told the policeman that his dad could pay and we were making a big deal out of nothing. Then my boss noticed the boy attended the university he donated a lot of money to and became angry. He told the school about what thieves the boy and his loser girlfriend were. The couple were expelled and brought up on charges, giving them a police record. We learned later that they were expelled, and that both now have a police record because they tried to steal and commit fraud for more than $1,000, which I guess is a big deal legally. I think their rich parents got them to avoid jail like normal people, but they still have a record because it's only a misdemeanor if you steal less than $500, and they tried to steal more than twice that in goods and services. And now dessert? Within 3 months, I got a better job working as a teller in a bank. Within another year, I'll finish my business degree and hopefully do what I want to do in life. Whatever your job, as long as you're earning an honest living, no one can shame you. There's nothing wrong with being a server, and those two kids were jerks for thinking otherwise. Everyone has a different path in life, and for these two, their paths involve checking the box yes next to ever been convicted of a felony for the rest of their lives. In the end, the tale of the snobby couple serves as a powerful reminder that kindness, humility, and hard work are virtues that transcend any job title. The moral of this story is clear. Treat others with respect, regardless of their profession or background. Whether you're a server, a banker, or pursuing any other profession, the key lies in the dignity of honest labor. So, savor life's dessert with the knowledge that, in the grand banquet of existence, it's not the job title that defines a person, but the character they exhibit in their journey. Have you ever faced a similar challenging situation? We'd love to hear your stories and insights. Leave a comment below and tell us about it. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this saga. Subscribe for more riveting narratives and ring the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Your engagement means the world to us, and we can't wait to continue this conversation with you in the comments. Until next time, stay resilient and keep the positive stories flowing.